Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we're bringing you the old grandpa himself, the fucking geezer pleaser. Alright, we're gonna do 5 runs of Corvus Glaive. As you guys can see, I have just over an hour to do it, and I wanted to wait so I could put a little bit of extra pressure on myself, although Corvus is probably one of the easiest world bosses to kill. He's difficult because of the requirements. He has a steep prerequisite, which is, you know, usually 2 to 3 dodge ignore strikers, more if you're a shittier player such as myself, but you can definitely do it with 1 or 2 or more likely 3 if you have characters who do strong DPS. Of course, really strong DPSers like tier 2 Carnage, tier 2 Sharag, stuff like that can do it with 1 or 0 dodge ignore or dodge ignore strikers, but for the average player you need 3 to 4. I do 4 just because it's easier that way. I have them, so why not use them? I haven't done the math. Thank you, Imgun, for the Imgun. Damn it, I did it again. For the dimension rift, my brother. But I haven't done the math, but I think the 8 or 10% damage is not better than the 20% dodge ignore. I'm sure those videos of tier 2 Carnage clearing Corvus with no dodge ignore strikers would go a lot faster if he had dodge ignore strikers, but that's just me. It doesn't really matter. The shit gets done. It just matters how you do it, you know. I can cook with spaghetti or I can cook with eggs. I'm still gonna get fed, you know. Yeah, that's the saying. That's how the saying goes, obviously, duh. So cool fun facts about this grizzledly old man. He's actually married to Proxima, so this is, you know, husband on wife crime right now. This is domestic disturbance gone wrong. YouTube gone domestic. YouTube gone, you know, couple violence. I don't know what's it called. Anyways, oh, I guess they're interracial because she's blue and he's white. Maybe he used to be blue, but he's so fucking old that his skin turned white. Who knows? Anyone who knows Corvus's true skin color, please. This is of the utmost important. Please get together with the guy who knows where Harambe lives, and you guys can fucking, you know, report to the channel ASAP. I expect something on my table in the morning. Oh, gonna take some damage here. Maybe not. Cool. So yeah, Corvus is super easy, guys. You already knew that. He gets absolutely fucked up. 1 minute and 21 seconds. Holla at ya, boy. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Don't forgive me. I don't give a shit. No, but really, I'm desperate. Forgive me. Yeah, so aside from the multiple personalities, we can continue with the video. We're going to do Sharag next because we love doing Sharag. Lots of teams can clear Corvus. Like we said, it's just about having the dodge ignore strikers. The more, the merrier, as they say in the dodge striker community, which is definitely real and not only in my head. But yeah, it's really cool that they introduced Songbird as a dodge ignore striker, just to make it easier for new players to farm for her. I didn't really mention that as a plus to getting Songbird, but I should have because it is a really big plus. Probably I would drop Mockingbird from the list. So, you know, Deathlock is, well, Agent 13 or Sharag's mom, you know, is definitely number 1, and then Deathlock or Songbird would be number 2, and then the other one would be number 3, and then a 4th one could be, you know, Black Widow. I guess, I don't know if you really need Agent 13 and Black Widow. They both do speed AB with some consistency. I would say that Sharag's mom is more consistent, but yeah, and then that's basically your list of 4. You don't need 5, obviously, or maybe, if Netmarble's really kinky, they'll introduce a boss that has like way over 100%. Not, sorry, what am I saying? Not over 100%, but a boss that, you know, takes some kind of advanced math calculation that I can't even begin to speak about here on the channel due to my limitations as a wizard, my low level of alchemy and stuff like that. But anyways, one that requires like all 5 dodge ignore strikers, and even then, like, you know, you might not get lucky. But I sincerely hope that they don't actually do that. I'm just like postulating weird shit because I'm drunk right now when I'm playing against Corvus. I'm drunk on that Zolo. I'm drunk on the Tears of Harambe. So, or Tears for Harambe, I guess. Tears for Fears should rename themselves Tears for Harambe. They would make a much better comeback in the music industry, I think. But anyways, going back to what I was said. Yeah, we got an announcement, guys. It's hardly an announcement. It's more like a fucking cock tease. But anyways, we got some kind of genital tease today from Netmarble with the announcement that Yellow Jacket and Giant Man are finally becoming relevant characters again. Or at least they're going to approach relevancy by getting their 6-star skill and presumably also their tier 2. I highly doubt there's any planet where they would get their 6-star skills but not their tier 2s. Fuck, guys, I lost Shirag. This run is basically worthless. Anyways, yeah, so they're getting their tier 2s, they're getting their 6-star skills. Should be interesting. Hopefully they don't suck. Like, if they both got buffs for their 6-star skills, that would be laughable. And after, you know, basically close to a year of people being like, what the fuck, where are they? Hey, come on, Netmarble. We don't need tier 2 Hulk, we need Yellow Jacket. Come on, guys. Giant Man. You know, spousal abuse. That's a cool thing. If they get shit 6 stars, it'll be absolutely fucking hilarious. I don't use these characters anyways outside of Team Pim, so I don't really mind. But I'm interested to see what they do. Just because let's do Proxima. Just because it's been so long, like the hype, it's honestly gotten to a boiling over point. This is like post-hype, re-hype, microwaved in the hype box, you know, inside Schrodinger's hype machine, with a hype man dropping, you know, the bomb effects on, you know, the hottest mixtape of 2016. So they will probably fuck it up, let's be honest, but if they don't, it'll be really cool, and it'll make those characters relevant again, and I'm curious what kind of tier 2s they give them, because the idea, or the theory at least, the prevalent theory, is that they didn't get their tier 2s for the longest time because they were too powerful. It's not the case anymore. Yellow Jacket and Giant Man are pretty shit now because they don't even have 6-star skills, but just up until World Boss, actually, they were still quite useful. They used to be the meta in Timeline, which shows how strong they were. Even when other characters had their 6-star skills, they were still the meta for a while until Silk, Loki, and Hulkbuster. But that's when Hulkbuster got his 6-star skill, by the way, guys. Before that, it wasn't. But anyways, at least as far as my memory is concerned. My janky-ass memory. But anyways, it should make them relevant again. It should be interesting. There's a couple of other things in the, preview of the patch that they talked about, like a exciting new challenging game mode and a new splash screen for the character's main page that promises to actually tell us how strong our character is. Now, my immediate thought, or my first thought when I read that, is that they're just going to do like they're going to show a little bit more information about the character, but not a lot more. But they're also going to show like the mins and maxes. So they'll show like the cap limit for stuff like that. So that's basically what they already did with the gear slots, where they show you like what the possible roll is. So, you know, you roll for HP, and the gear is at 17, so that last slot can get you up to, like, you know, 634 HP or whatever it is. And so you see, if you roll like 590, okay, you were off by like 40, so it's not that bad. But if you roll like 560, well, you're at the bottom of the roll for HP, you might want to re-roll. That was my first thought when I saw them use the phrase, you can see how strong your character is. Hopefully they do something a lot more in-depth than that, because one of the biggest and one of the most correct and accurate criticisms leveled against Netmarble in their game design for this game has been that they've been incredibly non-transparent, or I believe the word is opaque. They've been incredibly opaque with character design, specifically things like damage, numbers, calculations, what the fuck is dodge ignore, what the fuck is defense penetration, you know, how do resists work, is there a resists cap, is there an elemental damage cap. These are all things that the community, particularly on Reddit, has had to find out through data mining, through trial and error, through like crude calculations, through, you know, physics, metaphysics, you know, kind of calculating the stars, counting how many nose hairs Neil deGrasse Tyson has. Really complicated things that you know, we shouldn't have to do necessarily. I I think it's fun for some people, and I think it does bring the community together, but it would be nicer, especially for the average player and for most players, if more of this information was being given and was being given forth in a forthcoming way by the people actually making the game. They could do it in a clear way. They could do it in a way that's fair for everyone, because, you know, not everyone knows what Reddit is, believe it or not. And even if people know what Reddit is, a lot of people don't use Reddit. They don't want to go on Reddit. You know, it's not something that they want to... they shouldn't feel, or they don't want to feel like they have to do that in order to enjoy the game. And that's fair. That's an absolutely fair criticism. You should not need outside sources to enjoy the game, to digest the game, to become competitive in the game. The game itself should give you enough information and enough, you know, unless it's a game like Dark Souls, or a more recent game like Ethan Carter, I believe it's called, or Ethan something. Games that intentionally leave you with a kind of a blank or a hidden narrative, but those are usually more, you know, single-player games, and they're more like AAA titles. These are not really like these kinds of games. This game definitely doesn't fall into that category, especially with a game that has so many ARPG elements. The details are super important to players, and it's, you know, it's an enriching part of the experience to know, okay, my work is going to get me this far, and if I do this, if I do X activity, I should expect Y result. And, you know, even with things like gear should be pretty transparent, because it gives, otherwise it gives players who have advanced knowledge a leg up. Like, a part of me feels like, yeah, okay, Secret Avengers is really good at this game, because they keep, you know, absolutely plowing everyone's asses. They keep absolutely shrekking people in Alliance battle. But part of me feels like they know something that all the other alliances don't know. I'm not sure how that kind of information would be kept from that community specifically, but it just feels like almost too good to be true that one group of 40 players is so absolutely dominant over everyone else. Like, they're winning by a large margin. And, you know, hopefully that's the case. I haven't checked the finals. I know they already happened, but I didn't have time to check. So hopefully that isn't still the case, and I'm not talking out of my ass during this video. Well, up until the finals of this third week, they were absolutely destroying everyone. I mean, winning 2 weeks straight by large margins, you know, cleaning teams out 39-0. They beat that Russian team 39-0. That's an absolute obliteration, okay? To do that kind of stuff, you know, is to do what Winter Soldier did to Iron Man's dad. That takes a cold blood, or that takes a cold heart. I guess a cold heart would have to have cold blood. Holy shit, we're getting into the negative zone here, guys. I'm going full retard. No, but in all seriousness, it feels like they know something that the other teams don't know, and that's kind of par the course with this game. I mean, Infinity Thanos was being cleared, albeit in a shady way. It was being cleared in a way where a lot of people didn't know what the fuck was going on and how are these teams doing it, and they would look and it's like, you know, it's some strange team, and people didn't understand really what was going on, and the community itself was not forthcoming with that result. Okay, so yeah, Secret Avengers is crushing Civil War 32-15. If you don't tell me that they know something, or if you don't think that they know something that Civil War doesn't, and that's just pure RNG skill, because it's all full auto. There's no actual technical skill being played. It's just it's kind of like advanced or maybe non-advanced chess. It may be either a more complicated or more simple version of chess. I'm not sure, but I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. Either way, it feels like they know something that we don't know, or that at least the other 15 teams don't know, because if they did know, I feel like the scores would be a lot closer. So having said that, it's really great. Bring my long-winded ass point all the way back to the beginning. It's great to see. Here, let me use an unusual team. It's great to see, or it's great to hear at least. We haven't seen anything of yet. It's great to see Netmarble saying stuff like, we're going to give you more information about your characters. We're going to let you know more about, you know, the things that you invest so much time and, in a lot of cases, money into. So this is the Spider-Man team, guys. It's got the Superior Carnage and the Spiritual Link. I believe you can also do this team with Venom. I'm not sure which one has better. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. This one has better better setup. I think Superior Spider-Man goes with Silk. I'm not sure though. Anyways, we're gonna go with this team. This should be quite easy. The only thing we have to look out for with a tier 1 Carnage is the pinwheel attack when Corvus teleports back and does the 3 lanes of flames, and also when he calls up the flames from hell from beneath to fuck us up. Might have been better. I don't know. I like the crit damage and the crit rate from Carnage, but it might have been better to go with the dodge from good old Spidey. Good old Spidey man. Good old Peter Parker. The dweeb from high school. So yeah, interested in the patch or in the semi-patch related notes. I just wish that they would release these, as I've said, release them before the patch comes out, not the day of the patch. I know they're called patch notes, but if they could release a pretty close version of them, you know, 24 hours, 48 hours before, it would really help the community, I think, not only to discuss things, but also to get a grip on what's next. You know, there's a little bit of chaos that comes with releasing the notes for something at the very same time that you release the actual content. And I honestly do think that it contributes in a small way to players making mistakes and, you know, tier 2ing the wrong character, mega ranking up the wrong character because of, you know, gut decisions or like knee-jerk reactions from certain members of the community, certain members of the forums and stuff like that. And so for their sake especially, you know, I don't necessarily need patch notes in advance. I'm an idiot anyway, so I'm gonna make mistakes. But for players who you know, don't have a lot of resources and who want to make really intelligent decisions with their time and their money, advanced patch notes at least 24 hours in advance. I don't think it's a lot to ask. You know, there are game developers that do it, you know, almost a week in advance, and I know that those game developers are bigger than Netmarble. I'm not trying to compare them in that way, but I also think that Netmarble has their shit together. I think they're a good company, and I think they could do that if they really wanted to. Although maybe if someone has more experience with Netmarble in terms of games like Seven Nights, which is one of their more popular games, it's a Korean game, they could let me know if that happens for that game, because that would probably be a good comparator to this game. Those two games would probably be good comparisons. So here we go. We're in the last phase. We're doing pretty good damage. See, even tier 1 Carnage is pretty difficult to kill. You kind of have to be a total fucking idiot to die with him. Here, I'm not going to use the 6 until he's finished, because I can one-shot myself if Carnage jumps out of his iframe, because it's not a full duration iframe. It has some intermittent non-iframes, which is why, to be fair, which is why the invincibility makes sense from a certain perspective on him. But I still think it's overpowered a little bit, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter, because I'm gonna get my tier 2 Carnage soon, and then once I have him tier 2'd, I won't give a shit if it's unfair for you guys. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's okay. Whatever. We're gonna get another overpowered tier 2 soon. Maybe it'll be Giant Man. Maybe he'll get some extra bonuses with Wasp. Who knows? Only time will tell. So he's gonna do this one again. This is going a little bit slower because I decided to pick not a suboptimal team. This team can definitely still do it, but teams where you don't have like massive absolute DPS whores will run you close to the full 5 minutes, just because when they do hit Corvus, there's not as much damage coming through as with characters like Shirag. Okay, I just lost Spider-Man. Getting a little worried here, guys. This could be it. Thankfully, I have all these guys hooked up to 17 or 15s on all their gear, so at least we're doing decent damage. We really need to heal Carnage. Actually, if we don't heal Carnage, that could be the end. This should be fine here. He has less than... yeah, he's done. He's done. With one striker hit from Proxima, he'd be dead. So there you guys have it. Those are the 5 clears. I usually don't use Carnage. I usually use Thanos. But I just wanted to do that just to show you guys a couple of other teams that can be used. I am planning on doing something with lots of unorthodox teams, but that's going to take a little bit more time. That's going to happen a little bit later, guys, so please wait for it. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.